Hey everybody, welcome to the women's basketball edition of Warrior Daily. Tom Gorman and Carrie Lohr here with you. Coach, last week you took a tough trip to Ohio at Lake Erie and Ashland. Not exactly the welcoming committee to the GLIAC that you were hoping for in your first year with this program. Some tough losses down there, but I thought really a common theme to the game was that, to both games rather, was that your team got down by quite a bit earlier on in the games and able to battle back, probably just needed one or two more stops in each one.
That's exactly it, and I certainly don't want to take away the credit to Lake Erie. They were a team that we knew going in were averaging 90 points a game, and we knew that they certainly have the ability from many different players to put up a lot of points. We got off to a really slow start in that game, and I felt like for the majority of the time we were struggling to get back in it. We certainly finally found our momentum and gained some momentum in the second half. After being down, I think we were down by 13 at one point. We were able to cut that deficit, and I really thought we were right there. And, next thing you know, a couple of quick fouls, and they were back on the free throw line and stretching the margin back out again. So we certainly have to learn to play with some consistency from tip-off to close, and we haven't done that yet, but I'm hopeful that we will. So, and then at Ashland, a very strong team traditionally, two very seasoned players in Carrie and Stutzman, and they showed it on Saturday. But again, down, we were able to, in fact, take the lead in the second half and not able to hold on to it. So you're right, we needed a few more stops. But I'm very hopeful for our future. I feel good about where we're at. 2 road losses, one by 10 and one by 8. We're in those games.
Yep, and it's still extremely early in the season, so definitely a lot of things to build on positively moving forward. You mentioned Stutzman, and she, of course, was named GLIAC South Division Player of the Week, probably deservedly so. But you had some standout performers as well over the course of last weekend. Deanna Crumpton, Faber Colbert, double-doubles at Lake Erie. Juanita Cochran with a great game on Saturday against Ashland. So, and I know that she's somebody that you have been looking for more from her, and she seems to be starting to get a little more acclimated to playing in this conference at this level, and she seems to be getting a little more consistency underneath her.
Definitely, we need more out of Juanita, and what we saw on Saturday against Ashland is exactly what we're looking for. There is no doubt that Deanna Crumpton and Faber Colbert are going to come in and they're going to play steady and solid for us, but we need that one more X factor to kind of take us over the hump, because teams are going to key on Deanna Crumpton and Faber Colbert. We need another post, another big in there who's going to send a message. So she, definitely did that on Saturday. We need some consistency out of her, though. If we're going to be successful, she needs to come and do it again.
Well, league play continues on Thursday against Saginaw Valley State, a team that won its league opener against Lake Superior State, coming in 2-4 overall. A team that, probably not the greatest shooting team, at least early on in this season, but very good rebounding team. They do present some problems for some teams in that area. They have a first-year head coach as well, much like yourself, although not so much new to the GLIAC as she came over from Lake Superior State. So let's just talk about the Cardinals and what you're doing to prepare for them.
Well, the Cardinals are in really good hands with Jamie Poinski. She's certainly been a proven coach in the league at Lake Superior, and I know that she's going to do the same at Saginaw Valley. In scouting Saginaw Valley right now, they're sort of that wild card to me. There's times when they might show one thing, and then the next game they show something else, and they're certainly a team that you have to show up and play 40 full minutes of basketball, because I know Jamie's going to have them playing 40 full minutes. In preparing for them, you're right, they've tend to lean a little bit more on the inside game. They do rebound well. Those are things that we've also emphasized in our game, is we've got to control the boards, and we, that's an expectation. Just like coaches expect you to play defense, I expect our girls to rebound and control the boards. So I'm not naive to think that Saginaw Valley is going to come in here to lay down. That's for sure. It's going to be a good game, a well coached game by the Cardinals, I'm sure, and we've got to come to play.
5:30 tip-off at the Mathi on Thursday. Of course, if you can't make it down to the game, we'll have that for you live on Comcast Channel 900 throughout the state of Michigan, and also streaming live on Warrior All Access here at WSUathletics.com. Coach, one other opponent we want to touch on. You will travel to St. Joe's down in Indiana for a Saturday matchup with the Pumas. 4-3 overall, pretty good outside shooting team from looking at the numbers. They take care of the ball pretty well. They don't really turn it over too much. So what will be some keys for you guys to take it to the Pumas on Saturday?
You know, Saturday's game is again, going to be a tough road game. They're a very good perimeter shooting team, and it's not just one individual. They seem to have a lot of weapons in their arsenal. So defensively, we've got to get out and close out on the shooters. We've got to put some pressure on them and try to take them out of their comfort zone. They do take care of the basketball. We've got to create some havoc, though, and try to get them out of their offensive flow, so to speak.
Okay, well, best of luck on Thursday here at the Mathi against Saginaw Valley, and then enjoy the trip down to Indiana on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Carrie Lohr. That'll do it for this edition of Warrior Daily. We'll see you next week.